Hi everyone out there, you are most welcome to the show and you are watching Elevate. My name is Teddy Namielo and I'm your host with
Juko Letitia.
You are watching Elevate, a youth show where Juko and I share different ideas on how best we can solve problems that the youth are facing.
Well, last week's idea, we decided to focus on a very important issue, which is how the importance of mentorship in your business, right?
Yes.
And we talked about how the moment you get this mentorship, you're going to gain the very important skills which you need to run this business and so many other things which are still there available on the YouTube channel.
This week, we are still going to look at something more exciting. Yes. Having set up your business, there are principles that govern businesses, yes. And that is what we are going to look at after this short break. Welcome back from that short break. You are still watching Elevate. And in today's episode, we are looking at principles that govern your business.
Well, Teddy, you're telling everyone we are looking at principles. What are principles? Explain to us, explain to me exactly what these principles are.
Principles are guidelines which you use to run your business. Your business should be running under specific guidelines, and that's what principles are.
Well, you've told me that they are the guidelines, but
yes.
Now exactly, now someone out there is wondering, okay, fine, you've said you have a guideline,
yes.
But I can just operate my business, I can wake up, I can do my things how I want to do them. Why do I need to have these principles?
This is going to build trust between you and your customers or the stakeholders of the business.
And by the moment you've established trust, your chances of success are a lot higher. The moment you have these customers who are loyal to you, who you, I don't know, like it's sort of a friendship you get. It's yes. A partnership, yes. Meaning your chances of success are going to be more guaranteed.
Because your chances of getting profits are even higher.
That is very true. Which, of course, takes us directly to having more customers.
Okay.
The moment you have these established relationships and you've gained the trust of these people, the moment people trust you, it's very easy for them to introduce you to new people. Yeah.
Principles will also help you establish partnerships.
That's very true.
Yes, because no one would want to work with somebody
that they don't trust.
That they do not trust.
That is.
So if I told you have these principles, they're going to help you get more customers, get more partnerships, and at the end of the day, your business is going to grow.
Well, since we have seen that the moment you follow these principles, you're going to gain partnerships, you're going to be trusted by your customers. I think yes. Now let's dive right into it and tell you guys the principles that you need to follow for your business to flourish.
So principle number one is compliancy.
Yes. Well, in a business, when you talk about compliance, we are talking about things like paying taxes.
Okay.
We have these income taxes that are implemented on goods that people yes. on. Is it on profit?
No. Yes, income tax is implemented on a profit
yes.
that one earns.
Yes. Well, we have those taxes. The moment you comply and pay these taxes to the designated people, give what belongs to Caesar to Caesar. Well, the chances of your business being more successful and operating without any sort of problem is a lot higher. You
realize that if at all someone does not pay taxes, yes. What they're going to face is going to be really dangerous. Your business is going to end up closing.
Yes.
But what would it cost you just to pay taxes so that you keep your business running?
It would cost me money. But yes,
but it would cost you more if
yes.
at all. Would you rather have your business shut down
or you pay the tax? Well, we also have those payment terms. Okay. Let's talk about maybe a shoe business.
Yes.
You're the one lacing the shoes. I don't know if that job is there, but
it's there.
If it were there, I would do it because I'm an excellent lacer. But okay, fine. You're going to be lacing the shoes. I'm going to pay you maybe, I don't know, 1K per pair.
Yes.
Katiata, I've laced my pairs. You now don't want to pay me the 1K.
And you say, no, and I'm going to pay you 700 shillings.
Exactly. You're not being compliant, and that is going to cause you distrust, even among your employees. And the moment your employees are against you in the business, that is a very big hurdle for you to face because these guys are the ones who are operating everything within the business. Well, today, as I've talked about that, paying your workers the price that you agreed upon. Yes. That's one among the payment terms. But then we also talk about something. Do you know NSSF?
Well, I know it's for saving.
For what?
Saving.
Yes. Well, this NSSF,
yes.
The moment they pay you, like maybe I'm being paid 100,000. 15% of that 100,000 is going to be deducted from my money yes. and given to NSSF. That's you for it's like forced saving, which is a good thing because some of us really we don't have financial discipline. So this NSSF, it is an obligation of you as an employer in your business to be able to cater for these employees and do that. So you going against that is one of the things of you, it's like you not being compliant to the terms, which is obviously going to cause for you a lot of trouble within your business, which takes us to a point of quality control. Teddy, do you understand what I mean by quality control?
When you talk about quality and control,
Yes.
I think I can try to link that too.
Link it.
Quality control are standards set by an organization. The quality of product should be up to that standard set.
Yeah,
by an organization. Now, for example, in Uganda, we have UNBS.
Yes.
So for your product to be certified, it has to have that Q mark to show that it is of
It has to be of a certain standard.
Exactly.
But if you're doing Yomandas, why would you use bad oil? That's just against standard. That's against the basic standard. Why would you do that? You're
People use oil
jeopardizing-
again and again and again.
There are those ones over again. There are those ones after doing the fish for lunch, he's going to now start selling some mandazi for breakfast. In the same oil, where would I want to eat a fish mandazi? But anyway, you guys, you're the ones who decide your things. But that's against all the things that UNBS definitely stands for.
Remember, if at all you do not have high quality products,
Yes.
at the end of the day, customers are going to run away from you.
Yeah, that is very true.
If you do not comply to having high quality products, your business is headed for failure.
Yes.
Because UNBS carries out, let me say, random checks. And if they do that, and they find that your goods are not of high quality, they're definitely going to close your business.
Teddy, speaking of those consequences of poor quality products, I have been a victim multiple times. You know, sometimes you food lovers, you have very many problems. So, yes, I had the unfortunate event of eating some food that was not to the standards of UNBS, and my stomach ended up paying for those mistakes of those people. So, obviously, I didn't go back to that place. The moment you fail to comply, you're going to be losing customers, and the moment you lose the customers, you're going to be losing
You're also going to
the
be
money.
harming your customers, because Letitia, at the end of the day, you got sick and I think you had to go to the hospital.
Why would you hurt me? Anyway, okay, fine, let's go. We can now talk about strategic vision.
Yeah. What's a vision?
Vision. This is mental image of where you want your business to be.
A vision, yes, like you've said, mental image, a foresight of where you think your business should be placed in the next month or next year or next 2 years.
Yeah. Now, Teddy, I heard you were selling some necklaces, right?
Yes.
What vision do you have for your business? 2 months, maybe?
2 months from now, I'm thinking of diversifying, that I should add some bracelets and some earrings.
Well, that thought is exactly what we call the strategic vision. Why would you have a strategic vision? The moment you have a strategic vision, you're going to be motivated to continue to operate this business.
I do understand that. Remember, with a vision, it keeps you heading forward. You're not going to backslide in your business because you have a heart to where you want to be. And a vision is going to help you keep your business running. We shall take a quick break and we will be right back. Welcome back from that short break. You are still watching Elevate and we are still looking at principles that govern your business.
Well, we have looked at the principles that are supposed to be followed, and we have looked at things like vision, we have looked at compliance. So what other principles should a person follow when operating their business?
Integrity. Integrity is consistency between words and actions. You say this and you do it. Yeah. You do not say this and then you do
Basically,
the other.
it's honesty, right?
Exactly. Honesty. If at all you are honest, you're going to get your customers to trust you. Suppliers to actually trust you. Because you can tell your supplier that bring these goods and I'm going to pay you this amount. And then you end up not paying them. How are they going to trust you?
By the way, Teddy, there are those people who do those things. There's a certain company I know. They sell these potato fries. Yes. When you touch that packaging, there's a way it's very, it looks healthy. You're like, yeah, there's really a surprise in here. But the moment you open it up, all the air escapes and you're left with 5 chips.
It's a balloon with chips.
Exactly, it's a balloon with chips. Now what's that? That's not integrity. Please, guys, fill the packet. Don't deceive us. No one needs that. I come from a hard day. I've been working. I've been telling you guys how to elevate your business, and then the packet is half full.
And you open an air bubble. Still speaking of integrity, you know, the most booming thing these days is online business. It's very convenient, yes, but it has challenges. You go, Letitia, and you order your nice food. The pictures they take of the food are really looking good. You order your lasagna. The lasagna had 6 pieces of chicken. Only to present you the lasagna with 1 piece of chicken.
And a lot of rice. White rice, moreover.
Letitia,
not even the brown one.
What do you expect me to do with that? You know, I've ordered for my pieces of chicken. I'm expecting to eat. But then I get only 1 piece of chicken out of the 6.
That's why we are telling you. The moment you don't have integrity, your business does not stand out. Like, why Why are you lying to me? Just tell me it's 2 pieces of chicken and I pay the price for the 2 pieces of chicken.
Still with online businesses,
yes.
You can order, let me say, you can order for a specific dress. You say, I want this blue dress. It's looking good. It's looking nice.
Photos can lie.
And then when the person delivers to me the dress, I've actually already paid my money. It's a very different color.
What I ordered versus what I got.
And it's very different. And when you try to contact this person, they tell you, no, to get the dress you asked for, you had to top up a certain amount of money.
But now, Teddy, there's this situation which I know. So this guy goes online, he's advertising, he has his business. He says he's selling solar-powered dryers. You know, university guys don't like to hustle much. You just wash your outfit there, you put in, like, things are moving very fast. So the package arrives. You know, people post their package, Smile arrived, Smile from who's who and whose business. Yes. The package is small, you become happy. Oh my God, it's portable. I can put it anywhere I want, even in the kitchen. It can just be there drying my clothes. But upon opening the package, guy was just selling hang lines. And isn't it solar powered?
It is, and there's no way you're going to implicate.
So is this person does this person have integrity, Teddy?
Not at all, because you have cheated me. I've paid my money, expect to get something else.
But wasn't it solar? It was solar
powered. That's not how I expected it to be.
Well, Teddy, okay, fine. We have talked about that one.
I ordered for my beautiful package, my set of hair accessories. Send a deposit. I'm excited. I deposit the money. I send it to the woman. The woman brings the accessories, and they're totally different from what I ordered for. Letitia, is that integrity?
No. Don't lie to the customer. If you're telling the customer, I'm selling to you this shoe, it's going to last 2 weeks, it's for 5,000. Tell them.
Exactly.
I might want it for the 2 weeks.
You know, there are people who actually do that. They tell you, I'm selling this shoe. Newe isa ko weeks ibili. Jangu ongere ndala.
Exactly. Mwogo walero akalubi ona mutwala.
Speaking of mwogo, yes, we have a woman. She sells mwogo. She sells very delicious mwogo. But if it's hard, she tells nyawo walera akalubi ina kumanyo.
But anyway, well, Teddy, this woman, the fact that she did this, it's obviously gaining her your trust.
It's even going to make me go and buy the hard mwogo, because I'm like, either way, she's going to tell me if it's hard. So let me buy the mwogo from her.
It's this sort of integrity is going to gain you partnerships. It's going to get, ultimately, you're going to gain profitability. You guys, look beyond the jokes. You have to be very honest. So I think these hawkers, yes, these guys can be having nice stuff sometimes. But the moment you buy a shirt, Teddy, and they tell you, don't buy that. Please leave that shirt. That person, they are being
but
integral
that person
to
has
you.
been honest. They're telling you, I'm selling to you this never be told itawari nakanu dewari. That's integrity, Letitia.
Well, it is.
Because you're actually saving me, they may call me a thief.
So you buy the shirt and use another route. Well, Teddy, but then we have to also talk about the moment you fail to have integrity, you're going to face numerous problems in your business. Teddy, the moment I order my lasagna and the borderman brings it and I open it and it doesn't have the brown rice how you promised it to me, I am not going to pay for it.
The only problem is that I don't open it when the borderman is still there. If it wasn't for that, I would have sent it back.
Well, yes, that definitely. It's showing you that you're going to make a loss, because the moment I've not paid for that food, your business is incurring a loss.
Teacher, remember, losses begin with loss of market. You first lose your customers, and then you're going to lose.
Well, of course, if you give me what I haven't ordered for, you're losing me.
Then
as a
still,
customer.
actually, talking about losses, Letitia, you're going to incur people are going to say, refund my money.
Yeah.
Yes, some people do not refund because they say goods once sold, but still, the people are going to insist and tell you, give me back my money.
The very important thing, which I also think that why you need to have integrity, is the moment you don't have integrity, your personal brand is all that you've talked about. On the end, they all point up to the brand of the business. The moment your business is known for having fake things, poor products, forget about making money within that business.
It is very vital for you to actually be honest, because this is going to help you gain more customers and more partnerships.
Well, Teddy, apart from being honest, you should also be accountable. This gives us a principle of accountability.
Yes, like that person who sent me a package that was half.
Yes, tell the person that, you know what, this and this has happened to that package, but we are going to be able to compensate you in such and such.
Then the people who sell to us expired goods. And when we take back the expired yogurt, they say, I cannot test it whether it's expired or not. So I'm not giving you another yogurt. Well, I've tested it. It's expired. Give me another yogurt.
Well, Teddy, these people who are actually accountable, their businesses are actually flourishing more because they're able to build trust, they're able to promote responsibility even among their own employees.
Yes.
Do you understand that?
I do.
Yes, and in the end, it's also going to boost your profitability. Remember, in the business, the end goal is what? Making money.
Profits. Because I'll know that this person is going to be able to take that expired good from me, and therefore, if I can keep buying from this person because
Yes.
I know they will account for me.
To run a business successfully, you need to remain on top of the critical things. The critical things including knowing your market well, studying it continuously, evolving continuously to serve it, and to also remain visible to the market so that they can always choose you and you continue growing. The other thing I think you need to do is to remain on top of all your accounts, and by accounts I mean your books of accounts. You know how much money is coming in, you know how much money is going out, you know what you're paying to suppliers, you also know what you're paying in licenses, in bills such as rent and other utilities, and also your workers. Now you need to remain on top of these ones, because if you're not paying your workers, you will lose them, and that's a problem. If you lose a license, there are fines and you don't want to get into trouble. If you are not on top of your rent, you could lose the location that you fought so hard to secure, so remain on top of those. Then the other thing I would say is ensuring that you do not go beyond the costs that you have set out to do. While there might be times when prices go beyond, or when you're buying supplies and they go beyond the usual, it shouldn't be the norm. You should be able to ensure that you're planning for the right costs and staying within those costs. Do not become a burden to your business and take out money which should be going back into it to grow it further. So if you can stay on top of your market, all the accounts and dues and things you're supposed to do, remain compliant, then you take care of your costs, you ensure that you're always buying lower and selling higher, then you should be able to get the rest in order. And as usual, talk to other business people that have gone before you, and also there's a saying that you should always have a close person to you, either in taxation, people in the legal fields, and people in the accounting fields that can advise you. If there's any new development, they should be able to advise you and help you to run the business well.
Thank you very much, Edna, for those very wonderful views on principles that should govern one's business.
Well, we have talked about a number of very important principles to be followed, such as compliance, having a vision, being accountable, and with that, we are closing today's episode.
And I've been your host, Teddy Namialo.
If you guys don't know my name by now, but anyway, do you call Letitia?
You should watch all our episodes on YouTube and New Visionware and all other social media platforms. Catch us next time. Bye-bye.
New Vision TV. Stream smart, stream New Vision.